Welcome to Mark's Basement Arcade. Yes, the dreaded score reel. We're going to work on that. We're going to clean the contacts off of this dirty girl. The contacts are really dirty and nasty on this. This is like the thing people dread or they don't clean. I clean it different ways than you might clean it. So what I'm going to do, yes, I'm going to take it off. Oh, you're not going to do that, Mark, are you? Yes, I am. It's a little easier for me to do it. You are not. Yes, I am. I think it's a little easier for you to clean the contacts. I can get it at the contacts easier now. Use my generic Dremel with an actual Dremel 443 bit in there. And I can hold these tight, and I can get right between there and clean all the contacts, and I won't bend them up or get anything goofy out of them. I'll show you how quick it's done. Sorry I can't get a good angle for you, but and that was it. I'm going to verify I got them all cleaned. I don't know if I did that. There. Those are all cleaned. All my wires are attached still. Let's get these screws started. Now here's the trick. We need to get all these stacking straight again. That's the trick. We're going to slowly tighten these back up. Make sure these are all nice and straight. They need to work together. They have to be straight in order to work together. Tighten this back one up all the way down. Tighten this front one up. There. Now we will go on to the side and turn this. And we will get it right to the bump. Which way is this thing going to turn? It usually turns this way. Yes, it does turn this way because there's a notch there and there's a bridge there. So it can't turn that way because once it would hit this notch, it would stop hard. Now I'm going to look on the side here, make sure all my switches open and close good, which is very hard to do without some light on it. Actually, we'll use the paper trick. Put a piece of paper behind it like that. This way I can look at the switch stack. You cannot see it that good. And we'll put a little light on it. I want to give some of these just a little tweaking. Just to tighten them up a little bit. This is the hard part when you get further into the machine to do this. It gets a little harder to do. It's actually a lot harder to do. It's easier to do on the edge of the stacks. And that just doesn't want to come up anymore. Same with this one. I want these to get a good movement to them. Some of them I have to adjust right on the end. But yeah, it's a pain in the butt. I know you can't really see what I'm doing, and I apologize for that, but some of these are just so far out of whack. I want to get a good up and down movement of every switch. So yeah, some of these switches you might have to note, take it back apart, and then tweak them. Alright, we got good contact with them. We will get to that one now. I have to get a different screwdriver for that one. That one's got Phillips. Pull them out. These ones you will have to look from at the front to see what they're doing. A lot of times too, make sure when you take these out, sometimes there will be 3 sets of screws, and sometimes these switches, they'll be more forward of each other or not. But it seems like on this Bally, they're all in one spot. Let's take this out, give her a buzz. Turn it off. Wires are all connected good. Get that back down there. Get at it with the screwdriver. Hopefully you can get them back in the holes. There we go, there's one. Keep your switches nice and straight. This one I'll have to look at from the front. Now, I don't recommend doing this unless you really know what you're doing. I need a different screwdriver. I tripped over my buzzer. The other thing you can do is get sandpaper. I'll show you how to do it with sandpaper. It's not fun. I found out this is just so much easier to do. Let's do this. You're gonna get a little seasick right now. Alright, and now I need to make sure all these switches are opening and closing. See, I got a nub right here where my thumb is. I gotta find, oh, there we go. See, if you look, where'd my little screwdriver go? You'll be able to see this bottom leaf right here is going to touch the leaf above it. This bottom leaf right here is going to touch this leaf. See how they're both fully opening? You can rock it just a little bit back and forth. See how they're both fully opening and fully closing? That's what you want. Now you will have to look at every switch, just like on this one right here. Let me see if I can get that back to where you can see it. This one has a long. Alright. You can see how everyone is opening and closing. Which one seems to be taking a long time? This one. Yeah, I'm still not happy with this leaf right here. I'll give that a little more oomph to it. Yeah, they're doing their job. They're all closing. See how that is? It's a pain in the butt to go forward. So since we're on a downstroke on this one, this switch stack here, let's take that one off. Okay, now I unplugged my buzzer, so I have to re-plug that back in. It's nice, the buzzer's got a quick disconnect like this, in case you trip over it, just like I did, which is really nice. There's only 2 stacks of switches here. That's it. Wires are connected good. Let's get that screwed back down. Get it straight as we can right away. See, this is a little pain to do these, but it kind of needs to be done if you want a good operating machine. You know, some people are like, don't touch the switches on a score motor. Well, if you don't touch them, how do you know they're clean? How do you know they're good? How do you know they're adjusted correctly? You know what I'm saying? Let's do one more. We're just going to go in order, this little one here. Let's watch this one and see how it opens and closes now. There we go. See, I don't like how that one's opening. Well, how it's... See how this leaf right here, this very first leaf right here, it's not doing anything. Now to adjust these, sometimes you just got to go in there with your screwdriver, give them a little tweak up. Yeah, we're not getting much of nothing out of that one. So I'm going to hold this up a little bit. Now let's see what we're going to do. Yeah, look at that. We're fully closed. Now see how it's moving now? See, when it's on the bottom of the stroke, they're tight. You can do this too. They're on the bottom of the stroke, they're tight, and then when we get like that, they're opening. And to look at these, sometimes you just gotta bend all around crazy. And they're doing their job. Let's get to this last one here. We did 4 of the stacks already. I would have had more of them done if you weren't watching me, you know what I mean? Because I'm explaining to you. That one's just nasty dirty. That one was black. Contacts are just black on it. They're good now. Okay, let's get you back down there. Screwdriver. So we got 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 more to do. Jeez. Isn't this fun though? We want to see what that one's going to do. I see a lobe coming up. There we go, see? Right here where my thumb is. We get a nice contact. The bottom leaf is coming right up into it and pushing into it. And then opening. Let's do one more. Let's do 2 more. What timer do we got? We got time to do 2 more. We'll do these 2. This next stack here has been worked on at one time. These screws look different. They kind of do, they kind of don't. Yeah, look at that. Alright, get the buzzer. Fun. You can also hold this really tight with your fingers, real tight like that. Like this, real tight. And then you can go like this too. You can see what's moving good and what's not. I have to go like this because it's just the way I can see it better. And if they're all opening and closing decent like that, and got a good movement, when you take it like this, make sure all your wires are connected, because you can break them off doing this. If they're broke off now, they're a lot easier to solder on now when you got the stack off. Alright, those look like they were all doing what they were supposed to do. So when I put these back in, I'm doing one more because this is killing my back, bending over like this. Alright, that's like that. See how goofy they are now? Now we want to see how goofy? I'm going to straighten them out. You just go on the side too with your screwdriver. Push them over. You want this to be middle of this bottom leaf here to ride right in the middle. Now some of these little plastics will be loose and off angled. That's okay, as long as these are all straight. Which one were we on? This one. Those are all pretty much straight. Tighten down. These need to be tight too, because these are constantly moving. Every time that score motor does something, these move. And there's a little lump right there. I'm focusing on one at a time as I'm wiggling it back and forth like this. Starting on the bottom, seeing how they open and close. And I'm going to the next switch and see how they open and close. I want each switch to react with the other one. This one here, I like to get a little more action out of it. My phone's going nuts. I don't know if you've seen any of that flashing. And they're all going like they need to now. Alright, one stack left. 23. That was like 5 minutes long. This stack here. See, isn't this fun? A lot of people don't want to even do this. They will not touch these. But if you're going through a machine like I do, refurbishing one, you need to touch them. I'm sorry. You cannot do this job without touching these and going through them and cleaning them. Oh, that was so much fun. Alright, like I said before, you can hold them really tight like this. They look like they're out doing something. Are they being nice and working with each other? Wires. They all look like they're on there good. I think I only broke one wire on one machine too. Oh, this is killing my back, bending over like this. Normally I'd be on the other side doing this. But since I'm trying to do it on video, I'm in this weird, super odd position. Okay, let's get all these straight. I want the leaf straight. These plastic things, they move from wiggle to wiggle, so you can never get them straight. It depends how they were put on at the factory. I just want the leaves to be perfectly straight. So we did half of this stack already in a half hour. And I could probably do this stack in, I don't know, 45 minutes to an hour just by myself. Alright, what are we at? 27. Top one's good. Next one's good. We're opening and closing. Next one's good. Next one's good. And we're doing what we should be doing. You're all opening and closing. Is Bally intended thine to do. And that's it. That's a quick lesson on working on your score motor. Yes, you can take them apart if you want to. No, you don't have to. You could sit in here and try to get at every little contact like this. It is very hard. You can do it. It is very, very, very hard. Sometimes you're going to have to lift this up really high to get in there and clean. That's why I do this method now. Just take it all off and then look at it, clean it. You can check the wires and everything. So thumbs up, like and subscribe. Swag link in the description. There's also a donate link in the subscription. If you want to donate, fine. If you don't, you don't. If you don't want to buy swag, you don't have to. But please give me a thumbs up and please give me a subscribe. Thank you and have a good day. Later.